Hey everybody, Janie Burkett here. I wanted to record a quick video to give you guys some tips on how to give an expert testimony for your Facebook parties that we've been doing. So how to go Facebook Live, give an expert testimony. So first, a couple of tips for the host. Number one, you want to introduce your expert live. You do not want to use a post my party post to introduce your expert. Reason being is this gives you some flexibility and allows for some last minute changes in experts, which I promise you, if you do 4 or 5 of these parties, you will have a last minute change in an expert. Sometimes people have internet to where they can get on Facebook, but they don't have enough strong of a signal to go Facebook Live. So there's a difference there. So that's caused some things in the past for people to be like, oh no, I need a different expert really fast. So you'll be able to change your expert on the fly if you do your post live. So that's number one. Number two, you gotta make sure you edify your expert. The person that is your expert is not just your friend. I have totally seen people introduce experts saying, hey, this is my friend Jenny Cosby, to tell her story. Y'all, Jenny Cosby is a 4-star national marketing director. She has earned her $150,000 bonus. She may be your friend, but she's not just your friend, okay? I know Jenny's very friendly. She's everybody's friend that knows her, but you want to make sure you edify her so that people can be like, wow, I want to hear more about her, or gives her that credibility, okay? So you want to make sure you introduce and edify your expert. So here would be a great thing to say for really anybody. Hey, I want to introduce, to tell her story live, my friend and mentor in this business, Jenny Cosby. She's one of the top leaders in the entire company, and she's going to tell her story with us. Then your expert would go live after they see that post. So a couple of tips for the expert. Number one, when you go live, you want to give it say like 20 or 30 seconds at least before you jump into your story. The reason being is because it's kind of like Periscope, where if people get a notification and then they jump on, it might take them 10 or 15, 20 or 30 seconds, but while you're live, before they hop on. So I give it about 20 to 30 seconds of me just kind of chit-chatting, talking about the weather or something, while I am waiting for a couple of people to get on. And here's a tip too. When you go to post the video after you've been live, it'll ask you if you want to post the video in that event. You definitely want to say yes to that. But also, there's a way for you to trim very, very easily. It says trim right there on the screen. So you click that and you can trim off that first 20 or 30 seconds of you killing time, so that if people missed it while they were live and they got to go watch the replay, they don't have to sit through your 30 seconds of killing time. So it's perfectly suited for that. The other thing you want to do right when you start your story is, of course, edify the host. So expert, edify the host. So obviously, if I was having a party and Jenny Cosby, and I was Jenny Cosby's host, I was the expert for Jenny Cosby's party, I would turn right around and edify her. I'd say, oh my gosh, I love Jenny so much. You guys are all blessed to know her too. Isn't she amazing? You know, so you want to edify your host. So they edified you, you edified them, right? So we want to let them know she's brand new, but she's already crushing this business, or he's already earned his Lexus, so very, very successful as well. You know, whatever it might be, but you want to make sure that you edify them, even if it's just they're just salt of the earth person. We love them so much. We're so blessed to get to work with them. You know, whatever it is. So you want to make sure you edify them. The other thing you want to do is be massively relatable. If you got dogs running around, show your dogs. You know, if you've got kids running around, be like, oh, there's my kids over there. You know, be very, very relatable. Like, this person is coming into your home and sitting down and just gonna, you know, chit chat or gossip with you. You know, that's what you want to do, is be massively relatable. Very conversational. This is not a written out speech or something like that. You just want to have maybe some, if you need something like that, you might have some bullet points of things you want to hit, but definitely not something scripted out. It's got to be very relatable and conversational. And the other thing that you want to make sure you do is in your testimony, if it applies, of course, don't ever say anything in your testimony that's not true. But if it applies, make sure you hit a couple of the things that people, of course, typically have resistance towards our business with. Things like they don't have time to do this business. They're not sure if they have the money for the investment. They're not sure if they're a salesperson. They don't know how they would fit it in. They don't know if they know enough people. All of these types of things people are concerned about. Typically, these are kind of the common denominators when people are looking into a business. So if you kind of address those things as part of your story, again, if they apply to you, then that's really going to help you out and help your host out a lot. And the last thing you want to do is don't feel like you got to really hardcore close anybody. You'll see how I close. I'm going to give my example in a second, but you want to make sure that you just encourage them 30-day money back guarantee, or if they're interested in the business, that we simply get a hold of them and give them some more information. So that's kind of how we do that. And the last thing is you want to keep this ideally at 3 minutes, no more than 4 minutes as your testimony. So I'm going to give you guys my testimony that I've kind of been doing at parties, and so that you have a little bit of a guideline to go in. And I'm of course going to skip the first 20 or 30 seconds of me killing time. So here it goes. Well, all right, everybody, I'm going to go ahead and jump into my story. My name is Janie Burkett, and first of all, just have to say I love me some Jenny Cosby. Isn't she wonderful? I know you guys all know and love her too, so I've been so blessed to get to know her, and thanks so much, Jenny, for allowing me to be part of your party tonight. But I'm tuning in here from Carrollton, Texas. I'm actually in my car right now. So as you can see, I'm in my Lexus. But just to tell you about me, I first heard about Nerium about 4 years ago. A friend handed me a bottle, and at the time I was in commercial real estate working about 70 or so hours a week, and I had never used any anti-aging products before. So when she handed me this bottle and said, I want you to try this product and look into the business, I was like, you got the wrong girl. I can't use those products, nor do I have time to do a business like that. I was very, very skeptical. I'm sure as a lot of us were, and told her no. What changed for me was my husband, who is like total man's man, not metrosexual. My sister calls him a lumberjack, okay? He was like, hey, did you get some of that stuff from Keeley? And I could not believe he wanted to try it, but he wanted to try it because it was just one thing, and he didn't have to be caught in the middle of the mall at Macy's buying some skincare, right? It could be shipped to his house. So apparently there's a lot of closet guy skincare junkies out there. We just don't know about them, ladies. But at any rate, we decided to go ahead and purchase a launch kit with the company as opposed to just buying a bottle, because what you might not know about me and my husband is we're the cheapest people alive. And we saw that if you, as a customer, if you referred 3 people, you got your product for free. Well, that sounded like a good deal to us, so we were going to do that for sure. But then we also saw that on the business side, if you were doing the business, you could refer 3 people, you got your product for free, and you earned a commission on top of it. So that was definitely a better deal to us. So we ended up getting started in the business. Again, both of us were working more than full time, burning the candle at both ends. So we didn't really have time to make this our first priority. It was more of a spare time effort for us. But within 50 days of being spare time, we had earned our investment back. We'd earned a bunch of free product. We'd earned a couple $1,000s in commissions. We'd earned an iPad, and we'd earned a whole freaking Lexus, like a whole car. We could not believe it. So we were so excited. We definitely started helping other people do the same thing. And that's been what I've loved so much about Nerium. We are full-time now, and I'm pregnant, expecting twins, and we both will get to be home with our babies together. But what I love about Nerium is that it is something that we can help other people with. You know, when I was in commercial real estate, I could make a lot of money, but I couldn't help a lot of other people do the same thing. And so with nearing, we get an opportunity to do that. But what I'd like to just ask y'all to do is try the products if you haven't. I mean, they are the most amazing products in the industry for sure. And you get a 30-day money-back guarantee. If you're at all open to the business, and we know that's not for everybody, so it might not be for you, but if you're at all interested in it or intrigued about it, then definitely get with Jenny, and she can get you some more info and see if it's possibly a fit for you. But thank you again so much for having me a part of your party. Mwah. Love you, Jenny, and we'll talk soon. Bye-bye. And so that would be it for me. That was almost to the second 4 minutes long. so it's definitely, as you can see, not a whole lot of time for closing, because really we're just trying to maybe get them to book another party or get them on the phone or what have you afterwards, for us to do yet another touch with everybody. The last little tip that I forgot to mention at the beginning is hosts. Make sure you hop onto that live video as soon as it goes live and start commenting, because as the expert, I can see people commenting back and I can respond to it. So sometimes people go, I've gotten this a couple times, oh my gosh, I like that girl's eyelashes. And I'm like, oh my gosh, we're best friends. Like, I respond back to them. And then they're like, oh, she's so nice. So you guys definitely want to help your expert out by commenting along the way while she's talking or while he's talking. And that will encourage your guests to do the same thing. So with that, that's my whole tips. Love you guys. Thanks for tuning in, and let's party it up. Talk to you later. Bye-bye.